What's going on, family? You in the lab with Avery Yashara, man. Congresswoman Maxine Waters said there's no violence going on in LA, but I'm here to show several videos of violence. I'm seeing a lot of people talking about it's peaceful. This is a proxy. It's just a lot of ignorant speaking going on from one side of the aisle. Like I say before, I don't agree with no violent or protest. Let me say that, alluding or anything during the protest. You do got the right to protest. That's, what this country is about. But at the same time, when it start getting violent, I don't agree with it at all. So let's get into it, see what she say, and then I'll come back and give my commentary and let you know what I'm hearing from soldiers out there and some of my ex-friends. Let's go.
And even those who were out of step with what we are advocating, peaceful protest, did not create any violence. Nobody was shot, nobody was killed. Get it in your head. And so when martial law is called, what are you going to say? I missed the point. Don't miss the point, you all. Don't think that somehow, because they called out the National Guard, there was violence. There was no violence. I was on the street. I know. And I went from downtown detention back out into the community, talking to people what happened in Paramount, what happened in Compton, what happened in Inglewood. So, first of all, get it straight. And don't just rely on what you're being told or the few incidents that you saw.
I don't know what they're seeing out there. Let me say that. I'm seeing and hearing, of course, the mainstream media is putting some of this stuff out, but a lot of this stuff is heavy edited. So I get a lot of my stuff off of social media, where you got the people with their cameras just uploading stuff. And also I'm talking to a lot of ex-soldiers whose children or sons are currently in the military, National Guard, and they're currently out there right now. And they say, yes, it is violent. It is it's chaos. It is look like a third world country. They are throwing rocks. They are busting windows. Cars are being set on fire. According to some people, even bodily fluid, allegedly. I'm going to say this, allegedly, because I'm not out there. This is just what I'm hearing. Allegedly, bodily fluid is being put in bottles and thrown at law enforcement and military personnel, and which is very nasty if that's true, because a lot of diseases and just parasites and anything can be coming through that urine and landing on you. And it's bad. But this is my thing. This is my take on the whole protest out there. I think it's something bigger than the illegals. I think, why are you protesting for a person who don't supposed to be in this country anyway? Why? I understand everybody got a right, but not if you didn't come here the right way and fill out the paperwork the right way, you don't have no rights here. And I think a lot of these people are being paid. Like one guy said, he put out there, they paying $200 a day. If you go and look at the video, I think it's on TikTok or X or whatever, where he said that they was paying $200 a day to cause chaos. A lot of people who don't have to, and I find that funny that these riots are starting right now when people are being laid off. They know people need the job. They know people need the money. They know people got bills to pay. So I'm questioning the motive of a lot of these protesters. Is it just the violence? Is it just the money? Because there is no way, and like I said in my other video, I understand families being ripped away. I can empathize with you. I can. But at the same time, you knew the risk. When you came here illegal, there's always a risk that they will catch you, that you will be deported back to your country. I understand the previous administration was doing that catch and release, and you'll have a court date years down the line so you can go out and build a family and hopefully, give you time to get your citizenship by then. But there was always that risk of you don't getting your citizenship and they catch you and deport you. And I think people don't understand that. I know people probably start businesses. I understand people, some hardworking people, and that's another thing. Let me say this. I hear all the time that the migrants are some of the hardest working people in this country. They're African Americans, which we're not African Americans. We're Negroes. That the Negroes are lazy people. Let me tell y'all something, because I'm tired of hearing that. I'm very tired of hearing that. Negroes are some hard working people. We are some of the hardest working people. We just tired of being mistreated and passed over for promotions, and working for free. You know how many years our ancestors have worked for free or low wages or been mistreated on jobs or passed over? When I look at other ethnicity restaurants, when I go there, I don't see me. When I go to a Mexican restaurant or Hispanic restaurant, and it's a good one out here, about close to my house, and I enjoy the food. And customer service is great, but I don't see my people in there. When I go to Asian restaurants, I don't see my people in there. I'm not speaking from a voice of racism or prejudice. I'm just saying everybody take care of their people, but then they look at us and be like, we the bottom of the barrel, we lazy. We just don't have the economic power to change a lot of situations. Well, we do, but we waste our money. Let me just be honest with you. We go out and buy Jordans, and we go out and buy Louis and Fendi and all this other expensive stuff that they build in corporations for us. And I know some people be like, well, what's wrong with taking care of our people? Nothing. There's nothing wrong with taking care of your people. That's why when President Donald Trump said America first, what's wrong with taking care of Americans first, then take care of everybody else? But I don't want to veer off too far from the violence that's out there. My friends whose kid on the front line was hit with some type of object, and I hope he's okay, but he said he was seeing stars, whatever flew over there and hit him, a brick or whatever it was. And I want to say, when I see all these cop cars is being burned up, and I want to see all these other cars and pallets of bricks being placed in certain strategic locations, there ain't no violence out there. See, I find it funny that we allow that here, but a man questioned on X, I saw the video, I should have attached it to this video. He questioned what would happen if a group of Americans went to Mexico who's living over in Mexico illegally start protesting. He said we would probably be attacked by the mob, by the people, and then be arrested. That's what clearly came out of his mouth. So I find it funny that people know what will happen in other countries, but we allow it to slide here. Things has to change. That's just like me going to my neighbor's house and demanding goods and monetary things, and I'm breaking in and just sit on their couch. I'm like, yeah, man, what y'all cooking over here today? Yeah, I need a plate. Matter of fact, give me a bigger bowl than you give your family and your kids. It probably ain't gonna happen. So why is it happening here? With that said, man, baby Joshua, like, subscribe, share the channel. I greatly appreciate it. Until next time, shalom.